What it do, snackers, snackettes, snack X's? We late, and
Just a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit.
We had some technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sort of sorted out. Not really. Hopefully, we're live in the place that you like to see us. Hey, jokes. Orson, which one of y'all is in charge and now taking this and rerouting it back into movie club?
I already did it.
My man.
Solid.
My man. You are now officially tuned in to the Loading Snacks Movie Club discussion of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief. I'm Gage. Coop is here. Say what up, Coop.
What up, what up?
Jokes is here.
Yo.
Frosty is here.
Hello.
Sin is here.
What's happening?
And before we get started, happy belated birthday, Frosty.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm celebrating this evening with wine in a pouch.
Pouch wine. Let me just make sure I caught this. Did you just take a bow? Like did you
Yes, I was like, thank you. Thank you. I know. You're welcome for being born.
I did it. Good job. Yeah, listen. For those of you who are tuned in, thank you for tuning in. For those of you who will be tuned in, I'm glad you got here eventually. That's shout out for you, Tardy Ty. We're gonna have a real good discussion about this movie. And before the discussion starts, let's just kind of get into like some of the information about this movie. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Let me start by saying this movie was released in 2010.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen.
I didn't realize it's been that long.
13 years ago.
Makes a lot of sense.
Mess me up a little bit. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
Mess me up a little bit. So let's directed by Chris Columbus. This movie did very well. Which right now I'm kind of surprised about, but then I don't think I was surprised. So this movie had a worldwide box office take of $226 million plus on a budget of $95 million.
Oh,
We made some money.
We made some money.
We made some money.
We did all right, which explains why there were sequels or a sequel.
A sequel.
I was like,
And like a planned third sequel.
I think it was supposed to be like a trilogy type deal or
For sure. Because at the time, we're talking pre-MCU, trilogies was about the best you could do.
Mm-hmm.
That was the plan. Like, let's do a 3-part. And there are multiple books. So, like, I get that. This is based on a book. And while I'm sure there are other glaring differences between this movie and the book, before we get into some of the other details about this and talk about cast and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you what stands out the most to me is that in the book, which I did not read because I don't do that.
I didn't either.
neither.
Percy Jackson is 12.
I didn't know that.
You knew that?
I knew that about the book. At least that, yeah.
Damn, they aged him. Damn.
Yeah, like they aged him up a bit, which now looking at the movie and thinking about some of the things that happened versus like it feels like they were drawing things from the book that felt like maybe might have been right for a 12-year-old, but then putting things in the movie that maybe were supposed to be aged up a tad. We'll get into that. But I want to talk about what else came out that year, because when you think about where movies were at the time, right? This is after Lord of the Rings. This is like, in terms of like children's movies, like that same year was the year that like Megamind came out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shrug your shoulders. Everybody's all about 3D. Like everything was all about 3D. who had that? Despicable Me came out that year. Alice in Wonderland came out that year. The movie's old now too. Right? It's a little tricky. So I'm kind of trying to paint the landscape because I think that for some reason this movie and maybe other movies like it, they fall into this weird realm of like we're post Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
We're, you know what I mean? Like we're just kind of going after some of that demographic. People are kind of hungry for it. They're looking for this thing and really thinking about what the target audience is. I think maybe helps my perspective for what this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
Had everybody seen this movie before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once.
I've seen it once. Yep. Same here once.
And I didn't remember a damn thing when I went back to watch this movie.
I mean, it was a
I
long
used to
time.
love this movie. I watched it many times.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So everybody had seen it. In just simple one-word answers. What up, Doctor Who?
Oh, wonderful. I can't see the chat.
Anybody
I got it.
feel differently about it watching it this time than they think they did the first time?
Absolutely.
Nope.
Yeah?
No.
Nope.
I don't
Still
even
love it.
remember how
No.
the hell what I even thought back then. It must not have been that great because I'm sure if it was, I'd have remembered it.
Interesting. Cool.
Yes, sir.
You feel very differently about this.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask some probing questions.
Okay.
Do you remember who you saw this with the first time you saw it?
I have an idea who I saw this with. Yeah. I don't know for sure. But I'm pretty sure I know who I saw this with.
He who shall not be named.
Who shall not be remain? Could that have any bearing on the difference in how you feel now versus how you felt when you first saw it?
Actually, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that under consideration. Frosty,
Mm-hmm.
you loved it. You watched it 1,000 times, and you
I don't know
still
about
love it.
that.
I mean, you watched it
but-
over and over again.
Not 995 times. Just
Right.
right.
Thank you, Jokes, for being a little bit more realistic.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I still enjoyed it. Like, even based off of like knowing that it's that old, I was like, I'm actually kind of surprised at how well the graphics hold up to an
Yeah.
extent.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Frosty, what were your feelings about Logan Lerman 13 years ago? Did we care? Are we crushing a little bit? Does he play any part in why you watched this a lot? Why did you watch it a lot?
I liked the story. I love mythology, especially like Greek and Roman mythology. So
Okay.
I loved seeing it like adapted for like a more modern time,
I dig that.
and giving it almost a reality kind of look. So yeah, that's why the actor, not my type.
I hear you. Mine either. Let's run down the cast real quick, because here's the thing. This movie has an all-star cast.
It really does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not that like the three main characters are or were stars. I will say this. I got a lot of love for Brandon T. Jackson. What do you mean?
Shout out Tropic Thunder.
That's about it. Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
He got some
I
other
watched
joints
Tropic
under his
Thunder
belt,
in
but,
the
like,
theater 7 times.
What?
In the
I'm okay
theater.
with that. I'm okay with that.
Not mad at it.
I'm
I
also
worked.
okay with
I
it.
did work there, so I didn't have to
alright,
pay
it's a little
for it.
Okay.
It's a little different. All right, so we have Logan Lerman, who plays our titular Percy Jackson. We have Brandon T. Jackson, who plays his junior varsity protector. We have Alexandra Daddario, who has a lot of actual acting chops under her belt, like now, comparatively speaking. Jake Abel or Abel, who was Luke. But you have Pierce Brosnan, Sean Bean, Rosario Dawson, like Uma Thurman.
The guy who always dies.
And this is the thing. Historically, Sean Bean died in everything.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this is the one that he
actually, you know, it's funny you say that because when me and Tatiana were watching, I was like, oh, he be in a lot of stuff, but he don't be making it
always dies.
I saw his face and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to see you actually survive this one.
Exactly. Sean Bean is like known for dying in all of his roles.
We gotta do a top 10 best Sean Bean death.
Oh, it's a fact. That's a real thing. Like you can look it up now. So like really strong cast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that a lot of the people, you know, a lot of them don't have large roles. You know what I mean? Like they have relatively short roles that they play, you know, in it. But I mean, they're in there. It's not like, you know, Uma Thurman's head is in there a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there's that. Let's go around the horn. I mean, we know where you are, Frosty. Sean B didn't die in Silent Hill. Yeah, but nobody saw Silent Hill.
I was like,
I actually saw Silent Hill.
No, I didn't see it.
I don't even remember if I saw Silent Hill.
What you mean, Sin? You didn't watch Silent Hill, Sin?
I don't remember it.
Of course not.
Ask Sin if he played Silent Hill.
Did you play Silent Hill, Sin?
Yes.
Played it. It's different. It's different. You can put the controller down and just stop.
And I'm in control. I'm in control. I got a gun or something to defend myself with.
Yeah.
But you can't defend yourself from a TV screen just playing.
Hey,
Yeah, you can't just push pause. Stop.
Don't work out the logic, okay? Don't work it out. It works for me.
Power off.
All right,
Listen,
TV
you're
cuts back
talking
on
to
by
the
itself.
dude
See,
who
back on
hates
that.
cheese and his favorite food is pizza. So I don't know why you're trying to logic my man.
You're right.
Don't try to
You're
logic my guy. Let's go around the horn. Pre-discussion, Coop. How do you feel about this movie on a scale of A to F?
T for trash. That's how I feel.
All right. Jokes?
Oh God, not as bad. I'll give it a C.
All right. Sin? Coop did the bad hammer.
I gotta go with Coop. This thing was super mid. I just wanted to go off after a while. Like I gotta sit here and finish this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hey Frosty, is this an A movie?
I wouldn't say it's an A, but it's definitely a B material.
B.
Really?
Yes.
There's where I'm at. I give this movie like a D, maybe a C. Let's get some clarification.
Oh, he don't get no hammer, Frosty? I'm just saying you just throw hammers out of me and Coop.
Hey, I
You
didn't call
said
it
the word
trash.
trash.
You skipped all the letters.
Right.
Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you give it that grade? Why are you where you are right now?
Like the story, I guess, was okay, but I felt there was a lot of moments that were just kind of like, well, wait, what? Like just and trying to like, okay, I'm just going. So first of all, when they were in Las Vegas trying to get the pearl, and they decided to escape the casino, and the Maserati that was on display, like in Grand Theft Auto, like in the casino,
Had the key in it.
One, why the hell was the key above the sun visor? And two, this car had a whole tank of gas just ready to go, not just down the street. We drove like 3 hours to Hollywood, California.
Hey, that car was ready. So if you win it, you're just ready to go.
Where'd the ramp come from, though? For them to get off of it that easily.
Hey, listen, it was actually leaning on a spinning ramp. Yeah. It just so happened that the ramp turned perfectly in time for him to drive down the floor. Normally, I don't have those. This is dumb moments that Gage be talking about, but that joint was dumb. Yeah. Like that's just one little
part of the movie that I'm like, I'm really not okay with. Okay, but
that part
that was just one. That was I gotta tell you something.
That part.
I think I'm gonna change your mind. Listen, you got too much to say. Let me go to Coop first. Hey, Coop.
I don't got too much to say.
Nah, you do. Coop. Why is this movie trash?
Trash.
This movie is like.
Oh, he got an essay.
Yeah, let me get this movie. This movie.
Why Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief was a trash movie.
Yeah, exactly. All that.
By Coopington.
Nah, this movie was just felt so direct to DVD-ish with a great budget, you know? It had really bad dialogue. It had like Power Ranger dialogue. Sorry, jokes, but it had like it had really bad dialogue.
I got you, jokes. I got you.
And
don't you dare!
It felt, I don't know. It felt like it should have been something better than what it was. And I think back then I enjoyed it because I'm gonna be honest with you. When you said 2010, working at Best Buy. Shout out 486. This movie was on display. This movie was on display, like one of the main TVs, and that's what made me want to see this movie. And I was like, "Oh, these got great action scenes and everything." I saw the movie, I thought it was good, and then I'm looking at it like recently. I'm like, "Why did I like this movie?" It's just it seems very cheesy with a big budget.
Sin?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, dog. Wait.
I didn't laugh one time during this movie. The comedy was absolutely garbage. Not once. I was like, yeah, your boy Brandon T was just.
You didn't like how they got into a serious car accident and he was like, "Oh, there's cows flying."
No jokes.
I got him.
The action in it was miss a lot of times. Like it looked bad to me. It would look cool for like 2 seconds and then they would do some dumb cheesy looking choreography. It was driving me crazy. The whole Medusa scene gave me a migraine watching them go through that. That was god awful.
Yeah, but the reflective iPod joint.
No. No, the whole scene was
because everyone uses the back of an iPod like a mirror, right? Everyone did that, right?
Right.
I don't know. I never had.
I didn't have one.
I don't recall ever doing that.
Like the way they handled that whole situation was just god awful, terrible. It was driving me crazy the whole time watching it. It didn't make any sense to me. And just like people saying, the dialogue and just certain things with the interactions just wasn't hitting or making sense to me. Like I just. No. I remember not liking it as much as I did the first time around, but I didn't think it was good the first time around I watched it. I thought it was like mid, like okay. Like I've seen it, now I can say I've seen it. Like I don't have to go back and revisit it. But watch it this time around when I'm actually trying to pay attention, like, okay, let me see what's going on. Like, why did that happen? How were you able to pull her hand off like that easy, but second ago you were stuck to it and couldn't get it off? Like it was just frustrating.
All right, so listen. I remember liking this movie when I went and saw it, and I think it was because I have to really F with mythology to like this, even though I said not to take it seriously. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna disagree. My first issue is a lack of appropriate reaction from Percy when he thought his mom was dead. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's definitely fair.
And my man mom got poofed, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's go kill the Minotaur. But like, we don't even really like We just over it. You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
even
we
a
just-
loud yell, shriek, whatever.
No, I'll take it. I'll take it further than that. The beginning of the very beginning of the movie, he was like, "Well, I can't steal your lightning, but our kids can. So you just gonna blame my kid? You just gonna off of what? I haven't even talked. I'm a terrible father. I have not talked to this child in years.
I'm gonna tell you what.
How did you steal the lightning from Zeus?
This movie,
It's Sean Bean. He could have been
You
dead.
You were trading.
because for real, somebody tell me why they think Percy Jackson stole the lightning.
That too.
He's the big two's son. He's a big three's son.
Yeah,
So
but
I think that,
what was the evidence?
He's
There's
no
no
evidence,
like
just
at no
blame him.
point do they ever say, "Well, no, Percy, you were like." There's nobody who's in Camp Half-Blood who doesn't know he's brand new, who doesn't know that he doesn't know that he's a demigod.
Right.
This entire movie is about him being the person who stole the lightning, and my man has never been to Olympus. My man has never been to Camp Half-Blood. My man has no idea who his father is. Like,
Zeus
Nothing
doesn't
at all.
waste his
Completely in
time
the
with
dark.
that. Zeus doesn't care. He's just trying to blame somebody.
hey, listen.
And obviously it's got to be one of his brothers who hates him.
Hey, dog, and the first one you pick,
Right. It's
It's
Poseidon.
the son that hasn't
I'm
been.
telling you what, but straight up, it's Hades, dog. It's Hades. It's all Hades offspring. If I'm Zeus, it's Hades.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? That's who it is. Like, for even Hades was like, I know you stole it. He's like, I don't have it. Yes, you do. Why? Why do you think that? Where did it come from? Who perpetrated this
Right.
lie? How did Luke do this?
And
Show
then
me
the
my
word went
accuser.
out. The word went out. Everybody
Hey,
knew. It was
everybody
like, hey,
knew.
You.
Everybody know. This is what I'm trying to understand. Everybody knows he's the one who stole it,
Mhm.
but nobody ever heard of Slim. How, dog?
No.
How?
Makes no
I
sense.
feel like there was some stuff that didn't get translated from the book over to the movie very well. I feel like maybe
Maybe
I feel
there's
like
a deleted scene.
there something made just on the cutting room floor that was an
Really
accident.
important piece of the
It was an accident that somebody probably realized after editing was done was like, oh shit, that should have been in the movie.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't hate the dialogue the way Sin does. It's not for me. I don't hate the action the way Sin does. Also not for me. This for me is like, it's a Disney Channel budget. This is Disney Channel action. Like, my expectations are like, I mean, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, look, it's Camp Half-Blood. What are these children training for?
Training for war.
If we're trying to prevent the war from happening, what are these children training for? These
The
are
inevitable
children-
war.
They never been out of the camp. This child can drive a car, and she has been out of the camp one time, twice, something. This joint just has pieces upon pieces of it that are like, why are we doing this? There's so many things that don't make sense.
I don't know if I like you yet, but I'm gonna help you save your mother anyway. Now we're friends. Hold up, y'all just had that conversation 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, she was like, I got heavy feelings for you, but I don't know if they're good or bad.
Right.
Right.
Right. Like, why do our
What,
parents
in the
hate
Drake
each other?
song? Did I just?
When it's so far gone.
Hey, dog. My man showed up and was an immediate threat with nothing threatening about him. You okay, sir?
You have nothing to
Look,
threaten me
The
with.
second they threw him in, they're like, hold up, y'all just gonna throw him into this real weapons, capture the flag thing, and he don't do nothing, and they're trying to kill him, and the next thing you know, he's the best badass
He's
there ever
the
was.
best.
Like, yo,
I'm like-
somebody just, can somebody explain it? No?
He is
Okay,
the
we're just gonna go with it.
strongest.
Okay.
He is the strongest. They're born with battle reflexes. That's why his ADHD is so.
I get that.
Mhm.
So
I like that explanation.
there you go for that. And I can guarantee that there's stuff cut from this.
Yeah, because he beat the daughter of the goddess of war and planning.
Yes.
Mhm.
And her plan was terrible, dog, because somehow she was at the flag. Like, I planned this. I know somebody's going to try to come get our flag. Did you plan for somebody to go get their flag? Was anybody going to try to get their flag?
And technically, he lost because she beat him and he was on the ground. Game should have been over.
But no,
She didn't grab the flag.
No, she didn't get the
go
flag.
for the flag.
She didn't get the flag. You're right. You're right. She didn't
Coop,
get the flag.
flag, not whoop Poseidon's son.
Coop, you played enough Halo or something to know what the hell capture the flag does.
You're right.
You ready for it? This joint's dumb.
There you go. That answers the question, BP.
BP, what up, bro? Listen, this joint's dumb. And
Like, why did they jump him when he walked over to the flag? Like, dog, it's like 50 of y'all standing right there. Like, he is not the guy. Like,
I know you ain't just get whooped by our best warrior and get up. You better not get up. We're going to all try to fight you one-on-one.
My man got a little bit of...
And now that I got this sword, this pen sword, I mean, I know it's a kid's movie. You can't slice somebody. But he just, like, hit everyone with the butt of the sword every time. Like,
listen, my man got some water. He got that
but
water. And that water gave him the juice.
He was getting sliced up. Every time he attacked somebody, they didn't get, but she was like cutting my man deep. Son of the big three. What that mean?
He's the son of one of the big three: Zeus, Poseidon, Hades.
I get that. Where are their children? First of all, you know they got lots of kids.
What? Oh, they was fertilizing Earth.
Yeah.
Hades' kids are in the hell place. And Zeus's kids are he's a special boy, place? So he just keeps his. Yeah, Olympus. I know that one. The heaven place.
So for real, Poseidon's kids the only ones who get stuck in the limbo.
Right.
Yep.
The hell of Earth.
No,
one's the king of Olympus, the other one's the king of hell. Like,
he was like, "Why didn't you come see?" Percy was like, "Why didn't you come see me?" And he was like, "Oh, because I get less human. Like they get less human if they." He said, "Spending time with you made me more human. So I had to get back to."
That's not an uncommon theme with immortality myths.
Nah, I mean,
it's not an uncommon theme.
Nah, he didn't want to lose his power. I get that. You were not worth me losing my power, son. I didn't even know.
I'm just saying, like, it's not that far-fetched for an immortal god to lose his immortality because he was living in the human world and he was experiencing more human things.
Yeah, no doubt. I 100% I'm okay with that because they were giant. They got there. They were big old gods. So why is the elevator to Olympus
at the Empire State Building?
Why does his mother know that?
Because she was with Poseidon. They were in love.
I mean, he had the fertilizer.
Poseidon spilling all his dirty secrets.
He's spilling the beans off. That's why Zeus did what he did to him. Hey, dog, you ain't just out there fertilizing. You out there telling our tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like
kissing and telling.
No, fertilizing and pollinating out here.
All right, look. Frosty, I don't want you to be on defense the whole time. So here's what I want to say. For some reason, I enjoyed this movie. I don't know why.
It's weird.
I didn't hate it. I remembered liking it, and as I was watching it, I remember thinking, why did I like this? At the same time, I just kept thinking to myself, this isn't for me. Like, this isn't, I'm so far from the target audience, right? And I don't know if the people who read the book, I don't even know if this was for them. Like, I don't know if people who read the books went to see this like, oh my, you know what I mean? Like, if there was even supposed to be some measure of like, we're about to do Harry Potter, but Greek gods, you know what I'm saying? We're going to turn this into a thing.
That's the target audience. We weren't like at this age that we're all at now. We are not the target audience. So like not having watched it after many, many years, it's it's not going to hit you the same way. And that's why you said, I don't know why I like this movie. You were, thank you.
Ma, don't do that. Listen, I would 100% accept that argument, except Harry Potter wasn't for me either. And them joints hold up.
I loved Harry
They
Potter.
so much
Still do.
Harry Potter has one of the biggest and like expansive fan bases. It touches on so many different themes. Percy Jackson doesn't hit on all those themes. So
but you would think it would because of the mythology.
You would, but that's not how the source material was written. It was written as like a young adult novel series, which is never going to have all of the same themes. Especially, I don't know how many books there are in the series.
It's like 7, right? I think it's like 7.
So then it's about the same length, and you would think that it would touch on it, but it's written by a totally different person who didn't create the kind of world that J.K. Rowling did. So there's no question as to why it doesn't resonate with the same people. It is a fun movie.
You're right, Ma. It's totally fun. Like the movie's fun. Like it's cool. Here's the thing, again. The movie is fun. It does some really stupid things that don't make a lot of sense. That I think kids now, if this movie was released, would be harsh by comparison, right? Like I just, the internet is what it is, and I feel like, again, like I didn't hate it, but it's missing a lot. And for me, most importantly, you have to at least acknowledge how we got to where we are. Why are we blaming Percy? Where is the evidence? Who did it? Who pointed the finger? Because again, like even though Luke sets him up to have the bolt by the time he gets to Hades, Luke don't know nothing about him until he shows up at Camp Half-Blood. He's already stolen it. What's his plan? What's he doing with it? And if he stole it, why do people think Percy took it? Yeah, like it isn't. I can understand like the deflection of being like, well, nobody's looking at Luke because Hermes isn't one of the big three. Still, like, what was your plan? I want there to be a war. That was the plan.
Yeah, that was his plan.
I want there to be a war.
He pretty much killed Luke too. He just like threw him in the bottom of the ocean, and we never saw Luke again, right?
I mean, he killed him. I mean,
he's not dead. He's not.
The first thing, the kill part would have been like he had a trident, and he threw said water trident, and I'm guessing the middle prong just like went away because it would definitely went around his neck. Like that should have been instant kill right there, but that didn't happen.
Look, Percy gained some abilities throughout this movie that just kind of happened. And I'm all for like being able to like, okay, cool, you can control water, or like you kind of feel it, like there's water near me. You're in New York, there's water everywhere, dog. Like, but like, I'm all right with that to an extent, but like, you ain't getting enough water out of no water fountain to flood out no hydra. But okay,
that was pretty nice.
Let's,
I feel like this was clearly supposed to rival Harry Potter, and somewhere they went wrong. Maybe they didn't focus.
I wanted to. Sorry, Coop. I wanted to point out, like, Harry Potter's, the very first movie had a budget of $125 million. So they had an entire $30 million more than this movie did.
I mean,
aside from the budget,
a lot earlier though. We're talking about like a 11-year difference too. So like in 1999, Harry Potter's budget of like 125 million is way more than 95 million.
Yeah.
However,
oh God, when's the first Harry Potter movie?
However,
right?
What it cost to do the effects in Harry Potter in 99, 2000, 2001 versus
2001.
what it cost to do the effects for this movie in 2010, way lower.
Yeah.
The effects are good in this movie. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
still
but
hold
aside
up.
from the effects,
Really
the story piece of it is like, don't get me wrong, you need a budget, but I mean, you don't necessarily need the
Sure.
budget to create a good story. I mean, it depends on who you bring in, I guess, who you're willing to pay, but
It is possible that they chose to do better graphics and cut on the story.
Absolutely.
ew.
I mean, it's absolutely a possibility.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
But they're
cut
trying
trailers
to
and
rival
like,
Harry Potter.
you know, these trailers. I mean, again, you're talking about at this point, the Harry Potter films are out, the Lord of the Rings films are out. Like we've seen some things, you know what I mean? And audiences are savvy. We're at a time where like we're pushing 3D again. It's the same year that like Megamind came out, right? Which means that we either just got or we got. What year did the first Avatar come out?
2009.
That's what I'm thinking.
So like right before this, right? So like the year before this, and you're doing water. You're doing a film where somebody has control of the water. Like you got to put some. You got to do something with it. You know what I mean? So like I can understand this movie and the story in this movie being a victim of needing to step other pieces up. But we still have to acknowledge that that's what the case is. Like, it, you know what I mean? Like, I can understand it. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but like, if you chose to put your money into effects, and by putting your money into effects, you lost the parts of the story that make the story make sense. Like, how much did you pay? Think about this. In 2010, you paid Lady Gaga for Poker Face? So they could be in the casino, just have like that song's like #1 top 40. Like this is like she's brand new and is like the hottest thing out. Period. You put Poker Face in a kids movie where they just went in and all got high off the poppy lotus.
Hey.
Yep.
Just chomping them lotuses down. Also
pull back on that star power too.
Maserati.
I said they could pull back on the star power too by having all these big name people in it and tone it down and focus more on fleshing out the story and everything. Yeah,
half of them were irrelevant by the time. Well, I don't want to say irrelevant, but they didn't necessarily. They played their role, and
a lot of supporting cast was the big names.
Correct. But that means that they put money into it. But again, that's also the kind of thing that like when you do your trailers, when you start putting the word out, when you start sending press junkets out and stuff like that, and you're like, this is who's in the movie. You know what I mean? People are automatically going to pay more attention to it. They're going to, and again, this movie did phenomenally well.
Yeah.
Phenomenally well. They more than doubled their budget back worldwide. So again, for a movie that had a budget of 95 million and pulled in over 225, you know, they did some things right. Right? So maybe there was a bit of a lack of, maybe people were just missing Harry Potter. Right? Maybe there was just a lack of that at the time. We're looking for something else. Maybe doing, Greek mythology at the time just kind of made sense. It was a thing that, maybe something else was going on that made that make sense and made it work. I think that, for better or worse, Logan Lerman at the time, I could care less, but those people like Logan Lerman, if you look at your High School Musicals, if you look at like Twilight, you look at your Taylor Lautners and you're like, they were the hot, let's put this young boy in front of people and girls will come see it unless, you know what I mean? And there's like a little fake love story, but he don't really love her and nothing really happens. So all y'all little girls got a shot, like that, all that kind of stuff. I honestly believe plays a role in the way film execs make a decision about let's do this and put this movie out. You know what I mean? And it's also, this was Fox, I believe, at the time. I think this is a 20th Century Fox movie.
Yeah.
Again, it's Disney now. Disney has the rights to it because they bought Fox. So again, Fox just kind of pushing stuff. Like, we hate their X-Men movies. We hate, so like, look, you know, they kind of try to ride that train. Let's do the thing that's popular. Let's find something that we can take that has the possibility of being a trilogy or possibly running longer than that, and see, you know, what we can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, try to make it work. You know, here's the thing. It's fun. I don't think it holds up though.
No.
I don't think if you were to take kids who fit, quote unquote, fit the description for the demographic it is and try to show it to them now, I don't feel like it would hold up. I think they'd be like, which again, maybe the new show will help with that, you know, in some manner.
Could
Hopefully.
I think I can see the potential in this movie for like what I feel like it should have been, but I also feel like this movie was intended to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Agreed.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're trying to adapt a book and make it into a movie and pull those audiences, again, you do numbers, even though you know stuff is missing. You do a sequel, the sequel doesn't quite hit as well because now you're following that formula, right? Instead of, you know, doing the thing that probably makes the most sense, again, in terms of targeting the story so that people are bought in on the characters and what they're doing. I think there is something very special about making sure that the characters you put in anything, especially for kids, have very, very memorable, easy to remember names. Percy Jackson is one of those. Nobody else in the movie has that.
No.
I think, like, for real, I think that, like, when it comes to, like, Greek mythology and stuff like that, like, kids generally don't hold on to it because they have difficulty with that. And Harry Potter's easy. Hermione, maybe not so much, but it's, like, just different enough that when you do it and you say it together, Ron is easy. Ron
Weasley. Yeah.
Ron.
You know what I mean? Like, they're regular names, more or less, right? Her name is a bit of an anomaly, but it's fun to say.
Hermione.
Exactly. Yeah, BP. Easy.
Or if you're evil, you just say blood.
Wow.
Exactly. If you're evil. Like, jokes is.
I'm going down that path too, though.
Exactly. I mean, here's the thing. I'm with where this movie is and how I feel at the end of it.
One spell.
I'm actually happy that I think this franchise is getting another opportunity, like at a second life with the new show. I think it deserves it. I feel like a lot of the bones are there. It's just not a lot of meat on the bones. Like,
I agree. I can see the potential of what it can be. So I will check out the one that comes out on Disney Plus because I agree. I can see the potential, like the background, all that kind of stuff. Okay, it was just executed poorly. That's all.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check the show out. And you know, maybe they'll get more into the books or you know, the details of the story. I guess, you know.
I mean, the cast, if you look at the cast that they have now, the cast looks like they match the cast like in the book. Like, they look very young. They look like they're in that closer to like middle school age, which again, I think will hit with the right age range for this. So again, if you take a book like this where the characters are like 11 or 12, and that means your target audience for the people who read the books are like 11 or 12. If you age them up to like high school age, and
You lost that connection.
exactly,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then by the time the second one came out, they definitely looked a lot older too. You know, and I guess how long could you really keep that up with like multiple books, multiple stories, and
they'd have aged out even quicker.
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah, like Alexandra Daddario is older than Coop, Frosty, and Jokes. He's older than all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, aged out like quick. I think there was a lot of potential in the movie. I think the setting, right? I think again, setting it in modern times, telling a Greek mythology story, having those gods exist currently is a cool concept, right? I think that's a dope idea. I don't even think I think the casting was good. Like I don't have any issues with the casting, who they picked to play who. You know what I mean? Like I think all of that was cool, was spot on. So again, I'm not mad at that. I don't think any of the acting was bad. Like there's nobody who I'm like, dog, they should just get Slim out of here. I don't know why they put like I think
I'm gonna say Brandon T. I mean, respect to Brandon T, but this was not. I don't think this.
Nah, I think he did. I think he played that role perfect.
I didn't have a problem. I just thought he was not funny whatsoever.
Which is
maybe
again,
that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. It was
but that humor wasn't for you. Your humor from him is Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Oh, you just agreed yourself? Oh, damn.
You know, I think that again, we're not the target for where those jokes are supposed to land. We're not. So like, all right, he's token anyway. He's token. Like it just is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like he was the best part of the movie in a lot of ways.
Hey, listen, I was upset. I was for sure that after he came back from being in hell, I was for sure he was gonna spaz. Why the hell did you pull me from out of there? Like
I did too. I did expect that.
That's
I really thought my man was gonna spaz out. Like, what's up? You know what? I gotta be the sacrifice. So here, you take mine. Y'all get out of here.
Yeah, he sacrificed himself quick.
I'll be good.
I wasn't mad at him. Like
I wasn't mad at him either.
I know why you did that, bro.
But let's keep it a buck. Somebody got to get my man out of there before Hades wakes up. Like, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. You got limited time down there. Somebody might want to get Slim out of there.
Maybe if the movie was if it was aimed at a little bit of an older audience, maybe then we would have saw him actually do that spaz out.
He came back with his horns.
He did.
Hey.
He's a man now.
Maybe it was something else gave him the horns. It wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't being the protector.
You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
He
went from a
destroyer.
JV protector to a varsity senior in charge protector.
He earned them horns down there.
Nah, he was the destroyer.
just letting you know. And my man was working all the joints with the goat legs. Just jumping and clicking his heels, going after all the joints, dog. Like I don't know, man. All right. Hey, listen, Percy Jackson has a lot of powers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know or understand the extent of them, but he seems as though there's not a good limit to what he can do, being that he's a demigod.
Right.
But I don't know. I know my man was yanking water out the water towers.
Hey, just using water to heal. Like that that in itself is
he was a chosen one.
It don't have to be submerged either. Like, he doesn't have to be submerged in the water to heal. He just got to touch some water.
Percy Potter is the chosen one.
I mean, but the water will just crawl up him. But the fact that he's like, oh no, you hurt yourself. Hey, check this out. Look what I can do. How do you know, dog?
When did you figure that out on this
He
trip?
was gonna heal her.
Hey, girl, let me give you some.
It would have been so dope if that joint didn't work. He just been like, "Come here, check this out."
Oh, my bad. Just works for me. My bad.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to suffer.
Right.
We got some Neosporin.
Accidentally like drowned her from the inside or something.
I know you better get some Bactine for that, girl. I mean, Just Savage said, I don't know, man. I'm a good person, but if I ever got a working wand, Menacing Society.
You ate the last cookie? Oh,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all.
They're doing
light bill too high.
Hey, look. Again, yeah, Bactine. You know what's up, Doctor Who. I don't hate this movie. Not like Coop and Sindhu. But I'm also not mad at, like, I don't think they're wrong. That's the funny thing about it. Like, I don't think they're wrong. Like, it like my total expectation after watching this movie was like, that wasn't that bad. But I was like, but I would know that if I sat somebody else down, like my expectation would be like, there's a 50-50 chance whoever I sit down, and if I'm like, yeah, you should watch Percy Jackson, they're gonna come back and be like, hey, that joint was
some
fire.
No, I put it up on the TV, and Sean was like, oh hell no, and he went upstairs. He knew right out the gate, like, nope.
But has he seen it already?
No. He just saw the image and he was like,
Marcus, how can it be a better love story than Twilight? And nobody loves nobody.
Hold on.
Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Only Poseidon loved his mama, but not enough to stay. I don't think so, Marcus. I think you're losing that one, buddy.
Here we go.
It's that band hammer, buddy. Marcus, go watch One Piece, man.
He's supposed to be watching wrestling and updating us.
Like Teen Wolf. I mean, but look. But those joints are like popular. It's like those shows. Again, think about what's popping at this time. It's like Glee, Teen Wolf. Like these are the joints that people are watching. So like, corny's kind of in. For real. It just is. We did what season of Flash are we on?
9.
Yeah, so exactly. So it's about right. You know what I mean? Like we got into corny. Like CW was popping. It was popping. Like that kind of stuff, man, is because I hated the idea of Teen Wolf. But the original movies are so different from what that show is that, like, you know, all right. Do your thing, make it, you know, do a little twist on it. But again, the characters in Teen Wolf, the actors are just like Logan Lerman. Like they all fall in that same category of.
I do know that.
You know what I mean? Like who's kind of a hot, we can turn into a heartthrob, put them on a screen in front of people, kind of a thing. Like they just were going for that same kind of very cookie cutter. You know. I don't know.
Supernatural was part of that. I was like, I had to double check. I was like, when did that show start? 2005. It's all part of that whole thing.
All of that. All of that. Everything. All of them dudes modeled after what's the name from High School Musical. All of them. It just became the thing. So like, I get it. Jokes. Would you recommend this movie to anyone?
No. I got
Okay. Even though you were okay with it,
I was okay with it. I wouldn't. I don't think.
Did Tatiana watch it with you?
Yeah, she watched it.
Did she hate it?
So she hated it because you know she don't like snakes. So the moment the whole Medusa thing happened, it was like, oh,
she don't watch Harry Potter either. Then.
Oh, Chamber of Secrets gets skipped.
Oh right.
Chamber of Secrets is skipped, and when we get to the Deathly Hollows, it's like just
she not House Slytherin.
Yeah,
nope.
not at all.
No.
Not at all. She not with it. Cool.
Yes, sir.
What are the circumstances under which you would recommend somebody watch this movie?
If I was like, yo, you want to see a movie that's trying to rival with Harry Potter?
Is there a series that's a good rival for Harry Potter?
That's a good question. I could look into that, but I don't think so. But this was kind of, I mean, it just, I don't know. I had that feeling the second time watching this too. Like, oh, like what was the camp? That the Hogwarts, and then like you got
I wouldn't compare it.
Percy Potter and Hermione and Black Ron and
recommended for
like,
my
Black Ron.
Terrible, dog. Terrible.
Oh man.
Sin. I know you wouldn't recommend this movie, but you like bad movies.
That's where that depends comes in.
So talk to me. Where does this line? Is this for you? Is this a Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what I would recommend. Like, all right, let's watch something. Hey, throw in that Percy Jackson. We about to have a ball here. Easily.
Okay.
Yes.
Frosty. You like this movie?
Yes.
There you go.
Could you convince Sean to watch it?
Not in a million years.
Not ever gonna happen.
Nope.
All right. Is that because he knows it's not good?
Yes.
Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean.
He knows the genre it's a part of, and he
genre.
has no desire to be a part of that.
Like Greek mythology, or just
like teeny bopper, like adventure, potential romance kind of thing.
Well, he's got a superpower. He could just look at it and be like, nope. Just
he would have covered was like,
screenshot was like, nope, that's not for me.
He has that
like
vision.
Short brown hair or like short, like flipped hair kind of.
Oh, the
thing.
Justin
He's
Bieber?
Like, nope.
Like
Yes, that. He says,
That's
"Oh,
High
it's
School
Justin
Musical. It
Bieber
was
type.
High School
I'm
Musical.
out."
Justin Bieber, all of that. Like all of that. He's like, nah, I can't do this.
He got
All
that
right.
Percy. He got that Percy Jackson vision. Seeing the words move around, like, oh no, that says do not watch. Nope.
Facts.
Nope.
He doesn't read in English. He reads in bad teeny bopper. Like,
Yeah. He looks at the title and that joint's like TRASH. Can't do it.
It's in the game.
Straight trash. Frosty, who would you recommend this movie to? What would be the circumstances under which you'd be like, everybody come over, we're gonna watch Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief?
if we're having a girls' night where we watch teeny bopper adventure potential romance movies
with adult Capri Suns.
Yep.
Now, Frosty, you didn't like High School Musical.
Nope.
Nope.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Come on, Frosty.
Because
High School Musical
doesn't have
They're
Greek
preppy.
mythology?
They're
Part
preppy
2 is
as
the best
fuck.
one.
The in crowd. We're so cool. Like, no.
They
Still
were
haven't
fighting
watched
with
them.
the in crowd. That was the whole point.
It was BS.
Nah. Part 2, the kissing scene, the best.
First of all,
I didn't watch it.
I'm just saying.
He got me to watch the first
You only do one.
and I know some of the songs because they play on the Disney playlist, but I did not have any desire to watch the second one.
yeah, all right, man. When that Get Your Head in the Game came on, she was like,
That joke was garbage. No.
all right, so realistically, nobody would recommend this movie.
No.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. I tried, man. It was like not happening. Won't watch High School Musical. I respect myself too much. Hey, Doctor Who, get out of here, man. I know you listen, let me tell you something. You better get with them Kenny Ortega dance moves, man. Hey, listen, hey Tatiana, I think you slipping. Like for real, the show is good. The show is good. Anyway, nobody would recommend this movie.
Just for a bad movie night.
Realistically.
Like we said. That's it.
No.
Fun girls' night.
Would it be though?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I there's a part of me that wants to make you name the people, but I won't. That's
I
right.
could
Get your head in the game.
easily tell you.
I know you could. It probably won't mean nothing to anybody else here except for maybe one name. So I get it. Like we can talk about it later, and we can make fun.
Y'all know at least 3 of them.
Positive.
Y'all know at least 3 of them. Coop,
Okay.
maybe not, but
I don't know nobody.
you know Gabby.
Nah.
No? Oh, okay. I thought you did. I thought you did. All right.
Like that. I don't know nobody.
I'm just Coop.
All right. I think we made a decision here.
Yeah, burn it at the stake.
Burn it down.
Despite the
I think
movie,
the movie is salvageable.
despite how we feel about the movie, did we have a favorite part? No. All right.
When it was over.
Sorry, I'm looking for something.
I'm trying to.
Oh, you're looking for a favorite part?
Oh, there's an end credit
I'm
scene. I don't know
looking for a
if anybody knows
band
that.
hammer.
Because I'm saying, if you're looking for a favorite part, it's not in there for
Looking for a live action band hammer. Like I'm bringing this to the yeah. I can't wait
The after credit scene was funny.
Live.
Yeah,
There was an after
yeah.
credit scene?
But
It was
Coop,
after credits. Look at it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, had Disney Plus not given me the option to skip the credits, when I saw that come up, I was like, "Oh, there's something after this." I would never have made it to it at all. That's the only reason why I made it to that, because it was like skip the credits.
Nah, Falcon comes out. He's like on your left, and then
I don't think I have a favorite part of this. I don't think there's any part of this that I'm just like, yo, when they did such and such.
Nope.
No.
Nah. Oh, you know what? That's not
Hold
true.
up. Hold on, we
That's
got
not
one.
true. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. When the stepdad opened the fridge. Sure, at the end.
Yeah. Oh,
That's after credits.
Just them.
Here's
Here's
my favorite part of this movie. When my man was like, take this pen and defend your son, was like, oh, it's a pen. Like, this is a pen. What do you want me to do? That's the best part of the movie.
Hey, listen.
That's
The
literally
only
the best
reason
part
why I
of the movie.
believed that was because of the fact Pierce Brosnan was Bond, and that would have been like one Bond thing right here. Here's a pen. It'll protect you.
Take this pen.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
oh, when he had the flying shoes, was those Nike name
the
wars? What do you those Converse name wars?
Converse.
Those are Chuck Taylors.
yeah.
Well, no,
And
no
The Namor
they're-
editions.
No, technically they're Nike. So yeah, I will let that pass, Coop.
He said that he had to get a running head start, and that's when he got over to the Hydra, right? But then after that, this dude
He
was
got to
just
the
jumping
Hydra.
and just
Yeah,
But I
it's
like
gonna
the
take you a
shoes.
few tries to get it. No, it didn't.
I did like the shoes. Not gonna lie.
I mean, I know my man. All right, look. I know this is a children's movie, but if if Percival Jackson is flying away from me in the shoes I gave him, and I have a sword, and my aim is so true, I can clip the wings off your ankle, I'm gonna just stab you in the back, Slim. We're not falling out the sky and dropping lightning bolts for nobody.
He's
And
just dead.
why can everybody just pick this joint up?
I was thinking that too. I feel like
Whoop, bruh. Like,
And this weapon's supposed to be
First of
so
all-
strong, yeah, they only throw lightning bolts with it. Like that's it.
they was like,
know who
this
we
joint
forget-
got the
you know who
power
we
to
forget-
end the world. And Rosario Dawson picked that joint and tased him. Just tased him. It's like he gonna be
I was
out
about
for a
to
while.
say the
That's it?
entire Underworld scene with Rosario favorite whole piece of that. When
Oh,
she
yeah.
speaks
Okay.
Greek, when she speaks Greek, I'm like, yeah, do you, girl?
Yeah, all right. I'll
Can
give
you
you
say
that.
that again?
Rewind. That's
Which one means come? Because yeah,
run it back.
I got you.
Run it back. Got it. Let's do it. Run it back.
Oh, that's
Thank you, Frosty.
pretty.
Thank you for that.
Still, like, you know what? I didn't think about that. About to go watch this again.
Marcus,
go watch
clip
that.
that.
Flip that, Marcus.
Flip that, Marcus.
Marcus like, I ain't clipping nothing. She banned me. I ain't clipping nothing.
You can clip that. I'll take it. I'm gonna send it to Rosario.
Straight up.
Happy me, hold
Can you
up.
please? I just fixed this whole movie for all of you.
I mean, nah, maybe a scene. About it.
All right, Mark. No, say, Frost, you sold me on that scene. Okay, that's
Yeah,
it.
man.
That's it.
Yeah, that was.
Shut all the
That was good.
hellhounds down. There it is. There it is. All right, so look, I think we can safely wrap this one up.
Oh yes.
It's like, please.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Nah, it's just like Logan Lerman's head is like right above me, and it's just annoying. That's enough of that. Yeah, listen, I want to thank everybody for hanging out, watching the movie, joining the chat. We made a decision about the movie for next month last week. I don't know how serious that was though, but I think it's Creed.
Okay, I haven't
Look
seen
at in
it.
space. Look at in space. So I do believe we decided it's going to be Creed for next month, but I'll look into it and I'll make a formal announcement in the next 2 days, just in case something changes. But I doubt it. We got a lot happening over the next, I don't know, man, couple of weeks. Mandalorian drops this week, season 3. So we got Spoiler Boys dropping next week. Watch the second movie all right, Nathan Fillion does take things up a notch. Glad
I
Kay's
didn't know
not
he
here.
was in it. I haven't seen
I
it.
know. That's what I was thinking.
Good thing Kay's not here. Yeah, we have
Can
first.
we watch something with Nathan Fillion so that I can listen to this? Hatred
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Nathan
You gotta
Fillion.
look for a movie. Okay.
Absolutely.
So
We
I can smack some sense in to
Kay?
Domingo.
Yeah, I'm down.
I know it'll never happen because he doesn't really. It would be hard for him, but
It's
But
fine.
it'll be entertaining to torture him.
absolutely.
I guess that's what it is. Find something. That's right, Doctor. Hit the like button. Yeah, look for a new Spoiler Boys episode to go up next Monday for Mandalorian season 3, episode 1. 2 weeks out. We're going to do. Well, we'll get one of those every Monday. We're going to be doing a live Spoiler Boys for the entire season of The Last of Us coming up the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's the 13th. That's happening. We're putting together guests for Loading Snacks Weekly for Women's History Month. Frosty is going to be on in a couple of weeks on the 14th. So make sure you tune back in for that. Yeah, a lot happening, a lot brewing. Working on some things. Again, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening. Make sure you're following us across all our socials. Hit the like button, share it sometimes. Jokes, normally I don't do this, but would you like to take the show out?
Why not?
Because we don't usually do it on this. Let's do
We
it.
don't, but hey, just remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we're out. Toodles and lose.
Loading snacks.
Do it again.